Hello and welcome everybody to another Powered Cube Draft. I'm Paul Cheon and we're sitting at Diamond 2. We are a few drafts away from hitting Mythic, so hopefully in this draft video we can do that and go on a nice little run. Now before we hop into this draft video, I just wanted to say that this video is brought to you by TCGplayer.com. Head on over to TCGplayer.com for all your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. If you want to pre-order some booster boxes of The Last Airbender, or you wanted to buy some singles for your standard, modern, Pioneer, or Commander decks, head on over to TCGplayer.com. Make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Also go to heavyplay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. If you want top-of-the-line deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, all that utilize their special magnetic technology so that all their products snap into place for a very convenient gaming experience, head on over to heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. All right, here we go. What do we have? Well, there's Fast Bond, which I'm not a big believer in. Here's the thing. There's a Johnny, and it's not particularly close. Boros is obviously something that I will try to... I've been trying to avoid Boros if the picks are close. But if the picks are not close, you should still just take the best card and try to win, right? And in this instance, it's like a Johnny and Counterspell and Fetch Land. I mean, I could take Polluted Delta. A Johnny's just... I mean, it's literally like the best white creature. So let's take it here and see where this goes. All right, pack 1, pick 2. A lot of interesting cards here. Fire Covenant is a good removal spell. Plateau is good fixing for a Johnny. Is usually when you're white, you want to pair that with red. There's Esper Sentinel, Giver of Runes, and Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Not super interested in Gristlebrand. I think I'm just going to take Fable of the Mirror Breaker here. The reason here is I don't necessarily want to lock into my pick, my white pick already. Fable is certainly not at its best in Boros. It's still a good card, but it's of course better in other strategies. But I think this is just the most powerful card in the pack and allows me to potentially pivot into other strategies if I continue getting cards in the other strategies. So let's take Fable of the Mirror Breaker and see where this goes. All right, pack 1, pick 3. Very weak pack. I see a Malcolm. I see a Thraben Inspector. That's kind of the only things that I'm considering here. There's a Soul Guide Lantern, which is okay. All right, I guess I'm taking Thraben Inspector out of this pack. I mean, it's just a really, really solid 1-drop. And, I mean, we continue seeing white cards here. Maybe red dries up. Maybe we can go black-white mid-range or blue-white. You know, those are all interesting things, but I do think Skyclave Apparition is probably the best card here. So let's go ahead and take that here. I just like all these creatures that come into play and give you some kind of effect. They just provide so much value for this type of strategy. All right, moving on to pack 1, pick 5. Certainly the Reanimator deck looks open. It's really hard to pivot into this based on our start though. So I kind of want to avoid it. Like black seems somewhat open here. We're seeing Entomb, Duress, and Kolaghan's Command. But there's also Blade Splicer, which is obviously just a totally fine card to play. All right, we're just going to do the... I'm not sure when to pivot, but I'm going to keep taking white cards part of this draft here. Let's see where this goes. All right, pack 1, pick 6. We see a FOMO and a No More Lies as options, along with some lands. But I don't like taking these white lands. I mean, there are white lands, but I don't like taking these without actually committing to my second color, right? I think I will take the Fear of Missing Out. I think, given that I have the Fable, I'm kind of interested in playing this color combination. Oh, wow. Sanguine Evangelist. Okay, well. Hey, you know what? We had a couple of drafts where we weren't Boros, and now we'll lean into Boros, I guess. I mean, Rabblemaster is also fine, but Evangelist is quite good in the aggressive white strategy. This has a surprisingly high win rate, by the way. I did not expect it to be as high as it is. Here we have Path to Exile versus Lightning Helix, not really considering the Monastery Swiftspear. And here's the interesting thing about this pick, all right? Are you ready for this? I think normally the pick would be Path to Exile. But in this iteration of Cube with so many people playing Boros, I think Lightning Helix is a better pick. I do. Just because I'm expecting to play against a lot of mirrors. And so I think this is just a much better removal spell than Path to Exile in the mirror, because it also allows you to gain life. Here, there's Glorybringer, but I'm going to take Flame Slash. You want to keep your curve low. And Flame Slash is perfect in this type of deck. So, look, you gotta metagame for the mirror because everybody's on Boros, right? And this is, I mean, a really, really nice setup here so far. So now I'm going to want to probably try to focus on mana fixing here, because I do have 10 playables that I don't mind here already. There's a Lion Sash versus a Bleachbone Verge. I guess I'll take the Sash. I mean, we could be potentially black-white, but I'll take the Sash in case we pick up a Stoneforge Mystic. Ademi is also a totally fine playable card here. There's Flood Farm, Verge, Duress. Wow. I'll take Duress in case we end up in white-black. Because we're getting all the white-black stuff. I mean, I think it's way more likely that we're going to be white-red. But I'm just taking these just in case. All right. Yeah, I do like Reprieve a lot. Good form of interaction. White-red doesn't usually have much counter magic. So this is a very unique effect that I also happen to like. Works well with Ademi too. Like if you have things to cast at instant speed, it's nice. And there's nothing in Boros here for our deck. So let's take that. Here, I'm going to take Comet. Like, honestly, Inspiring Vantage could be the pick or also Voice of Victory. But full disclosure, I just love this card. It's just the randomness. I hate when it gets played against me too. I just really love this card. So that's going to be my reason for taking this Comet Stellar Pup. What do you think of that pick? Would you have taken Voice of Victory there over the Comet? Like, I already have a bunch of cheap cards. Okay, well, I'm taking Swords of Plowshares here. This pack is insane! Chromogs, Chain Lightning, Pyrogoyf. And Pyrogoyf is extremely powerful and might even be better than Swords in some instances, but I just want to make sure that I have all my cheap stuff accounted for. And there's only so many 4-mana plays that you can take, and I already have a Comet here. So I'm going to take Swords over the Pyrogoyf. Looking at the numbers, actually, the Pyrogoyf actually does have a higher win rate than Swords to Plowshares, but you know, I just think this card's too good. Here, this is an easy Sacred Foundry. Very, very happy to pick that up. All right, we have Lelia Reforged and Splitskin Doll. Pretty big fan of the Lelia here. Now, we do have lots of 3s, so gonna have to chill out on the 3s here. Like, if I have a close pick between a 3 and a 2, obviously, I'm gonna be leaning towards taking the 2 here. Okay, there's a 3-drop. The thing is, Prismatic Ending is just not really a card that I'm interested in playing, so I'm going to take Elite Spellbinder, and now we are on 6 3-drops, so that's kind of almost the maximum limit here. I suppose I could maybe cut Blade Splicer, but I do think the Splicer is good. All right, pack 2, pick 7, Bombardment. I do have a Johnny, and lots of creatures, and there's also Descendant of Storms, Portable Hole, and Witch Enchanter. You know, I have too many playables. I'm going to take Witch Enchanter here. I think Bombardment plus a Johnny is cool. I'm just not super high on the Bombardment. And like I said, I have so many playables here where I'm just interested in just, like, when it's close and you have the option to take a land or a spell land for your deck, you should just take the spell land in most instances. For example, here, I can take Kellen, but I'm taking Elegant Parlor just to make sure that my mana is rock solid. And look, we just tabled a Burst Lightning, which we're going to be pretty happy playing here. And we just tabled more cards here. Here, I'm taking Inspiring Vantage. These are all, like, replacement level creatures. And having rock solid mana is super duper important. And again, I have far too many playable cards. So, gonna take the Inspiring Vantage here. And let's move on. Pyrogoyf tabled? What? This card is positively insane. This tells me there is literally 0 red drafters at the table. There's also Chain Lightning, but we will take the Pyrogoyf here. Oh my gosh. Take Pyrokinesis. Cards on the right are like my maybe stack. Like, they're totally fine cards to play, but currently, like, these are the cards I would rather play. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is still 16 cards here, after, by the way, taking all of these lands. Descendant of Storm's last pick? Alright, well. Okay, Bomba. Bomba's busted. Very, very happy about Bomba. It's another 3-mana play, but this is literally, like, the best 3-mana play, and it works this is like Goblin Bombardment, but, like, on steroids. It is insane. Okay. Let's move on here. Although it is another 3-mana card that we took. This is unfortunate. Literally, pack 2 has 0 playable cards. Hello? Anybody? 0 playable cards? I'll take Overlord of the Mistmoors, but definitely not playing that. All right. As much as I like Elspeth Stormslayer, I need to take more cheap cards here. I'm going to take one of these 2-drops. Dismember is good, but I have good cheap removal. I'm taking the Philia. This is great with a Johnny. Great with Fable, Pyrogoyf. I actually have a bunch of come into play effects. This card's absurd. Also really good play pattern with Reprieve. Maybe we'll, actually, I'm probably going to table the Aspirant or Arena of Glory or one of these cards, but Philia is incredible here. Moving on here to pack 3, pick 4. Solitude is insane. Let's take that, okay? I mean, this deck's just absurd. We're just getting absolutely everything. Pack 3, pick 5. I am a big fan of Magda. Just being able to ramp is quite strong, and it's just a really, really good 2-drop. Like it over all of these other cards. Also, having some number of red permanents is pretty good if you can get to flip the Ajani. All right, pack 3, pick 6. Another card that you can add to the 3-mana cards that do a ton of work is Deathgreeter's Champion. Although, is this a Staff of the Storyteller deck? Creature tokens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think the Deathgreeter's Champion is too good. Although, man, our 3-mana slot is ridiculous. Like, we need, like... Was there an Ancient Tomb in one of the packs? We would certainly love it here. I probably do have to cut one of these 3s. We have 8 3-mana plays. It's probably Blade Splicer. Bloodstained Mire is incredible. I'm not going to take Lurrus. This is just another red-white land, and I don't need Cathar Commando. I would just rather have more good mana fixing. This is a 4th red-white land. Here, pack 3, pick 8, there is Mana Tithe, which I do like. There's also Fiery Islet. Actually, I'm just... Look, again, I have way more than enough playables here that I have in my sideboard. I'm just going to take the Islet as just another card that I'll be happy playing in my deck. Here, there's Glimmerlens. I don't need Tursa. So it's Glimmerlens or Kumano faces Kakazan. I'm not taking one of these 3s. I'll take Glimmerlens. We have lots of creatures. I could use 2s. This pack doesn't matter, so I'm just going to take a random card. Luminarch Aspirant tabled. Well, this is just a cut above anything else. Like, Arena of Glory is fine, but Luminarch Aspirant is absolutely premium here. So, gonna take that here, and yeah, I mean, look at this. This is, -6. This is probably a 16-land deck. And what is this? 3, 4, 5, 6, 21. So I can still add 3 cards out of my sideboard. I don't really care about any of these. This is not a gold... I'm just not going to play Goldspan Dragon. Although I think Evora is pretty bad too. So I guess I'll just take the Goldspan. Intrepid Adversary I don't mind as well. There's also a Hellrider. I mean, there are just so many cards here. I am lacking some interaction, I will say. We have Solitude Swords, Flame Slash, Helix, Pyrogoyf, Skyclave Apparition, Bombardier. Okay, well, I mean, we got some, and Philia. Alright, well, probably we'll play the Burst Lightning here then, just to have another cheap interactive spell, because our creature count's already extremely high. Raucous Theater we don't need. I wonder if I should play Elegant Parlor. I think so. Let's cut this. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We have far more white than red. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 white. And 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 red. I'll go 12 white. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 12 white. 12 white, 9 red seems fine here. Oh no, we're playing 16 lands. So 7, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So this gives us 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 white, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 red. 11 white, 9 red. Let's take a look at our configuration right now. Lots of 3s, so... Oh my gosh, we have so many 3-drops. Actually, I'm going to do it like this. And I just realized that this is a land, so we can cut another plains. So we have room for 2 more spells? That's pretty nice. 5 2-drops, a million 3s. Alright, so let's figure out our curve. Also, keep in mind, like, Deathgreeter's Champion, you can even count as a 4-mana play. Which kind of helps even out the curve a fair amount. Alright, but yeah, I'm looking for cheap things to do. Pyrokinesis is interesting, although my red card count is not super high. But it is a good card, just because, again, a lot of people are going to be looking to play Boros. I think I will play the Descendant. Just another solid 1-mana play. Works well with the Glimmer Lens. And having more 1-drops also is very nice with the Luminarch Aspirant. And then we have room for 1 more card. Curve is 2.4. And remember, like, it also includes Witch Enchanter, which is like, look, and Solitude is free, right? So if you exile those, it's 2.2. So One more card. Going to be a 2-drop here. I don't want any more 3s. Or it's going to be Pyrokinesis. I think for my last card, I'm going to go with Pyrokinesis. I wish I had a few more red cards, but I'm just lacking interaction. Like, I feel like this card is just going to be really good, so let's try this. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, I still have 10 red cards. It's okay. All right, let's give this a whirl. No power, but really good card, a really good deck, I think. Good mana fixing, so let's see where this goes. All right, now before round 1 starts, just wanted to say that if you've been enjoying all of this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, I do have a Patreon. It's patreon.com/paulcheon. Big shout out to all the patrons. Really do appreciate all your support. Access to the Patreon gives you access to my Discord channel, which I believe is a really great way to join an awesome community of folks also looking to up their limited game. Lots of chatter going on in the Discord about various cube picks. If you're new to Cube and you want a lot of help, I think it's an excellent resource. All right. Man, Boros was really open in this draft. And, you know, oftentimes it isn't anymore, so when it is open, you know, oftentimes you should probably move in. I know. All right, let's go Bloodstained Mire here, and this is why, like, having good mana is super important. That gets us the white source to play a turn 1 Descendant of Storms. And here, we actually have a hand with a lot of interaction. So, and very, very happy to make a token here with the Broadside Bombardiers. Turn 1, Talisman of Resilience. Okay. Let's make a Spirit token here. Like I said, it gives us something to fling to the Broadside Bombardiers. Our hand has a good amount of reach. They have a slowish hand, though. There's a reprieve. Yeah, I mean, next turn is a really big turn. I'm wondering, though, if I'm supposed to just, like, beat them down here or keep up reprieve. Because I don't really have anything else to do at instant speed. Other than just, like, try to fire off some burn spells. But next turn, I think, will be pretty huge. So, you know what? I will keep up reprieve. Slow them down. I mean, next turn, they have access to a gazillion mana, so it does seem like a pretty good opportunity. Like, yeah, I mean, if they play, like, a Kappa Cannoneer here or something, I'm really going to have to... I would really be wishing to be able to cast reprieve here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... 3, 4, 5, 6... Dark Ritual, okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Portal, I guess? Cauldron complete. And that is why you keep up reprieve. Time Twister. Alright, let's go to the face, I guess. Okay. Alright. Lots of good options here. I can just try to straight up slow them down and kill the relic. Doesn't seem terrible. I can also just try to get extremely aggressive here with Eulalia to maximize damage. Although Sanguine Evangelist might actually be the way to maximize damage. Because if this gets in, it hits really, really hard. I want to save this as a way to just, like, kill my opponent out of nowhere. But this gets in for 3 right away. 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna play the Evangelist. It's a little bit better with a sweeper too, and it puts an evasive creature in play. I'm not entirely sure if that's correct. And I don't want Giver Runes here. Like, I just want burn spells. Alright. That is a Cauldron complete. Non-land, non-token permanent. Okay, so... Dang. First strike, trample, indestructible, haste. Why didn't they attack me? Non-token, non-land, non-token. I can't exile that. Hold on. If I do this, do they still die? I put a counter here. They block this. Yeah, I think they do. And I'm going to play around Daze. They block here. They block there. Does this still stay with double strike? It does, right? Okay. Whew. Alright, Death Greeter's Champion going wide for the win. My opponent had a sweet artifact deck, but of course, the Boros deck is the fun police. You do fun things, and then you die. That's kind of what happened there. 1-0. Alright, opponent on the play here. No 1-drops here, but we have a perfectly fine hand. We have, you know, a 2-drop with a Lelia and a Pyrokinesis. I think given that I have the Pyrokinesis, I am interested in just running out the Aspirant over the Magda, as I can use the Magda to exile with the Pyrokinesis. Alright, Forest. I'm not going to Pyrokinesis just a mana creature. Looks like a Utopia Sprawl, maybe. Oh, it's just a fast one. They mulligan though, so maybe this isn't too bad. Alright. Play the Parlor. I don't need lands. Okay. Now, if they play like a draw 7 here, that's going to be pretty bad for me. Nope, but... I mean, this is the issue with Fast Bond. That is the issue with Fast Bond. It's like, you play it and then, you know... You played what... Like, they didn't even do anything with it. You know what I mean? Skull Clamp, okay. I actually think I'm going to play 2 things this turn. Because next turn I will have the opportunity to play Lelia and possibly even play something. Fable of the Mirror Breaker, sure. Elite Spellbinder. This is very, very interesting because I'm kind of interested in casting Pyrokinesis here. Lelia is a consistent source of card advantage, though. So it's weird, like... Do I want Lelia to beat down... Like, if they Skull Clamp me... Is that okay? Lelia just seems so insane here. Yeah, I'll just Lelia. Right. Let's play the Islet and pass. Next turn, we could technically hardcast Pyrokinesis. Also, again, like with Giver of Runes, I can just, you know, like, maybe I'm okay with that trade and they draw cards and I just keep this up and this is all okay. So, like, this already drew me a card and it can potentially draw me another card. Especially because I have Giver of Runes up, right? 2 cards in hand for the opponent. I have a Pyrokinesis that I can't cast. Nadu. Yikes. Uh-oh. Now this is a problem. This is officially a problem. That is amazing. It's another creature? Yeah, so I can't even block it. Alright. And I don't want them to draw cards anyways. But now they're going to clamp the Nadu. And we're going to need to find a way to kill them as quickly as possible here. Oh, gosh. They get to equip again. Honestly, what a dumb card. What an absolutely silly, silly card. They hit like 3 lands off the top, too. What the hell is going on? Alright. You're done. You're done. There's nothing you can do for free here. Like, Snuff Out doesn't even work. You don't have a swamp. Alright, we drew Lightning Helix, and we have Pyrokinesis. I want to guarantee that, like, I can get something... Oh, they have a Mind Collapse. And there's also a Time Spiral. With a Fast Bond, that's so scary. Fast Bond... Oof. Which one do I take? Because they have Mind Collapse, Ice Tail Explorer... Now, granted, I do have Giver Rune, so maybe Mind Collapse isn't really that bad. So it might just be... I feel like Time Spiral is a card that can kill me, most likely. Alright. Let's attack. We hit a Glimmer Lens. Okay. I'm at 17. Let's play Glimmer Lens. And pass. Alright. 8 to 16. Nadu is gone. It drew them like 47,000 cards. They can cast Time Spiral here. They absolutely can. Mind Collapse. Okay, let's, I don't know, give this pro red, I guess. Time Spiral? Yeah. We drew Pyrokinesis again. That is amazing. And we have Solitude. Let's see what they do. They're at 8 life. We have Bombardiers, which can also just deal a ton of damage. So I think I'm more inclined to Solitude, because that also prevents the card draw. But of course, they have lots of mana here. So, you know, we'll see what happens. Pyrokinesis does kill both of these creatures. Okay, I'll just take it. I don't want them to draw cards here. I guess they could have like a sweeper of some kind, I don't know. Green Sun Zenith for 3. I see. So they're going to get Nadu, I guess? They might have miscalculation, but we can pay for that. It's a Pyroglyph? Okay, that's very good. Wow, they hit a... Okay. Alright, alright. Three, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can actually just hardcast both of these. Remember, they also have Fast Bond. They can just play more lands. Right? Like, if they want to just play Pyroglyph, they absolutely can. Although Pyroglyph is not very strong right now. There's only 1 card in the graveyard. So they can kill Magda, I guess. Okay. Which is fine. Oko. Okay. What are you going to do with that? You're just going to turn off Lelia, I guess? Is that even good? You turn it into a 5/5. I mean, I guess it's fine. Sure. Alright, so it is now a 5/5 elk. Reflection, okay. I mean, they have to be, like, mega, mega dead here. Yeah. Alright, well, they had a really cool deck with a lot of powerful cards. But again, the fun police strikes. Oh, man. Alright, let's go. 2-0. Free spells, Solitude. I mean, this is why Solitude, Pyrokinesis, like, all these free spells are just so broken. Solitude more so than Pyrokinesis, but yeah, that was really, really good for us. Would like to go first. That would be cool, but we are not. I will keep this. It's not the best hand, though. Prismatic Vista. If they play a mana creature, I guess I'll Burst Lightning it. Here's my question. Do I run out a Bomat Courier? Okay. I guess I'll just play Giver of Runes, right? Like, this doesn't really... Like, I have a blocker here. So having this in play seems nice. Now, obviously, if they kill it and attack me, then, you know, that's a thing. Yeah, the fact that this is tapped is a little bit weird because, like, I really want to play Skyclave Apparition on 3, so I kind of have to balance that with whether or not I feel like I can, you know, I need to cast Burst Lightning. Now, if they kill this, Territorial Kavu is a 1/1. Okay. Interesting. I'm gonna kill this before they, like, play some crazy land, you know what I mean? And, like, hit me for, like, 5. Can you imagine if they, like, played a Triome and I'm like, oh, crap, right? So, it's kind of why I did that. Also, because I can play the Lelia next turn, it's not as bad. It's a Bombardment, that's very good. Sanguine Evangelist, also very good. I mean, certainly want to play a 3-drop here. I know I can't play the Comet, but I think that's fine. Given that I can't get value off of this immediately, I'm just going to play the Evangelist here. And Giver of Runes is good against protecting against Goblin Bombardment, so... Yeah, because next turn, if I play the Lelian attack, you know, if I hit a land, I can at least play that, right? So... Noble Hierarch, okay. Raven... What are they? They're like Naya midrange or something? Alright. What is this attack? Oh, they have Noble Hierarch, sure. Alright, I'll block. I can give it protection from artifacts, but then they can just fling it, so I think we just let it happen. Alright, we did draw a white source here, so... Do I want to Comet here? There's also Skyclave Apparition on Bombardment. I think I want to wait till I have a better board. I think this is just like a good opportunity to play Lelia and beat down. Not going to play the land yet because I can hit a land off of this. Okay, and we did. That's great. All right, life totals 19 to 11. I mean, this is the thing with the Evangelist. I traded with something, and I still have a pair of bats in play that continue pressuring my opponent's life total, right? And we have a really good removal effect in the Skyclave Apparition, and a way to just close out the game, potentially, with the Comet. So, lots of good stuff here. Hazaret the Fervent, okay. This deck is all over the place, wow. Okay, I have a Reprieve. Ooh. Well, I can't go Reprieve and Apparition, but I might be able to hit something. Can't attack unless you have 1 or fewer cards, so why don't we just attack with the 3 creatures on the right? They might just chump with the Thraben Inspector, by the way. They're going to the face. Okay. Alright, well, I will play this. And I'll just kill the bombardment. And then we can play Elegant Parlor. Don't want Mountain. And our situation's still looking very, very good here. We can go Comet plus Reprieve next turn as well. We have a really good board. We got to eat something free with our land, by the way. Right? This is a land. Voice of Victory. Okay. So Reprieve doesn't work. What do I want to do? Oh, I should have played the Bloodstained Mire. What am I doing? Okay. Yeah, I needed to keep up Reprieve. But yeah, I was going to kill the Hazoret and then just attack, keeping up Reprieve. Because I can cast Reprieve on my turn even when Voice of Victory is in play. Yeah, but my opponent was on like Naya stuff. My guess is like they were probably trying to be Boros and it wasn't open and they had to like play a bunch of other cards. That's usually what happens when you see decks that look like that. Alright, on the play here, I will keep... I don't have any 2-drops, but like... I do have a very powerful 1-drop with an interactive spell and a Deathgreeter's Champion, so hopefully that's enough for me to justify keeping this hand. Looks like a removal spell and Giver of Runes. Ooh, Bone Shards, Grave Titan, uh-oh. Well, if they have a turn 2 reanimation spell here on Grave Titan, then we will certainly be in trouble. And that's the thing, like when you have these like combo decks, if they do the thing, yes, you can absolutely lose. You absolutely can. So if they go Life Death on Grave Titan, so be it. Okay, nothing. Okay, I can target itself, so that's good. I mean, I don't have another play, so I'm just going to play it. Look, worst, like, this is the absolute worst case scenario. It's a 3-mana, 3/2 double striker that they need to kill. We now have the Solitude for the Grave Titan, if that happens. Although, it's weird, right? Because I'm actually like, I literally can just cast Solitude, so that's also something to consider. Now, if they play like a Necromancy here on the Grave Titan, we can just Witch Enchanter that. So that's also something to note. Collective Brutality. Discarding Chrome Mox. Yep, bye-bye Flame Slash. Okay, are they like mono black? What's happening here? Alright, Thraben Inspector, I will play that. I will crack the clue. If I hit Elegant Parlor or something, you know? Burst Lightning, I'm going to keep this in my hand. I'm just going to play this for now. Like, I don't think I mind taking the 3 damage here to be able to hardcast Solitude if I need to. You know what I mean? That's a Grief? Jeez. Grief is really good. Because that just takes the Solitude. I mean, not much I can do. I will just Burst Lightning this thing. They'll get Solitude, though. That was really good. So now it's just like, it's dead even, but my opponent's at 20 life. So they've done a really good job of just like, managing their life total here. I will keep the Witch Enchanter in my hand, just in case. 5 cards, Emperor of Bones, son of a gun. That's probably game. Hold on. Oh, I can draw off the Fiery Islet. I guess I should have done that ahead of time. Okay, we're probably dead. Yeah, I mean, when the combo decks combo you off, it is what it is. Man, that was so good. Yeah. What can you do? So this is 4 2/2s attacking me. I just don't see being able to come back from this. They have a 4/4 and 4 2/2s in one turn. Just like off of nothing, right? So, yeah. This is just an instance of things just not lining up exactly the way that you would like. And that is okay. Yeah, they have that. Okay. Like, yeah. Every card just got something. The brutality even getting the flame slash. It doesn't matter. You can exile whatever you want. Doesn't really matter to me. I wonder why they play this when I have a Witch Enchanter in my hand. Oh, not attacking with Emperor of Bones. Sure. Yeah. Yeah, that's certainly reasonable. I guess we just need to keep our life total high. I don't want to block with the Philia. I need to find a way to kill the Emperor of Bones. If I find a removal spell for this, that was huge. Because now we can kill this. And then we can start eating tokens. Yeah, that was really big. Oh, I should have attacked with Thraben Inspector. What am I doing? Alright, I missed out on 1 point of damage. Which could very easily be relevant here. Swords to Plowshares was an incredible draw there. There's literally nothing you can do. I don't understand. You have no cards in hand. You have nothing in your graveyard that matters. What are you doing? They're just like highlighting everything. I'm gonna keep this in my hand to play against the Grim Monolith. Now they can't really attack me. Oh, come on. That is disgusting. That is positively disgusting. Oh, Grave Titan's gone, but they get to grief me. That's still really, really good. Yeah, that's really annoying. Wow. Wow. What is this? Sacrifice it? Okay. Alright, draw a removal spell for grief, I guess. So here's my question now. Do I want to blink my Thraben Inspector? Or do I want to just eat a token? Let's just eat a token. Man, it's crazy how like efficient how good the hand disruption effects have been this late into the game. I hope they just draw more Duresses and Thoughtseizes now. They have a really interesting choice. They don't know what my last card is, right? So it's like, do they want to block with the grief or keep the Philia going? I would just block because like your late game is so much stronger, but maybe not. Oh no, okay. Okay. Do I have a... I'm just gonna play it. So I'll block the token. Oh, I mean, alright. Okay. Not gonna beat that. That's okay. That's okay. Three and one, let's keep it going. Alright, opponent on the play. I'm gonna keep this hand. Nothing cheap here, unfortunately. Alright, Thraben Inspector. I also have Thraben Inspector. Obviously, being on the draw here is not bad. Is my opponent Frank Karsten? Their name is Slippery Karsten. I bet it is. Blade Splicer. Okay, that's very good. Philia is very good against the token, though. And also the Witch Enchanter. It's a good start, though. Ancient Tomb is really, really good in Boros. Alright. Flicker Wisp. Oh, God. Dude, what is this? Alright. I wish I had a removal spell here. Oh, that's so gross. I mean, look at how much power and toughness they put into play on turn... On turn 3, there is 11 power in play. Alright, fair enough, I guess. They're taking a bunch of damage off of that Ancient Tomb. Philia is getting in for 6 damage this turn. Okay. And we have the ability to block with Deathgreeter's Champion too. Okay. I mean, it's not nothing, but of course, they haven't played an interactive spell here yet, so obviously any number of things can happen here. I'm expecting Philia to die. I'm hoping that's all they do. Next turn, we have some interesting lines, like I can play Witch Enchanter just to kill the Golem, or I can just try to get lucky and spin the Comet. All right, they go to 8. Cracking a clue is a really good sign, right? That is a really good sign. Maybe they were looking for the second red. I mean, they still probably have something really relevant to play here after they crack the clue. Chrome Mox, uh-oh. This is a bad sign. It went from good sign to bad sign, so now they're playing a 4-drop. Parallax Wave, and Parallax Wave would just be game. Although I do have Witch Enchanter. What did they exile? Adeline into Hazaret. Okay. Let's not take 5 damage, and let's take 6. Although I gotta think about this. So I can blink this. Attack with both. Alright. Flame Slash is insane. Did we just win the game? Oh my gosh, if I kept Thraben Inspector, I would have won the game, right? So this is 3-7 damage. Yikes. Yeah, I don't have lethal. I'm at 11. If they kill this, 7. I have so many options here. I can play Comet. Doesn't seem... It seems a little bit too inconsistent to go with the Comet here. Oh my gosh, I'm at 11 life. Alright, I gotta think about this. I want to kill the flyer, I think. I can Witch Enchant the Chromox. I don't think that matters, though. Alright. Let's go with that. They're at 5 life. Super close game. I have an active Philia still. I have Giver of Runes. They have 2 cards in hand. You know, desperation time, obviously, I can just fire off the Comet and try to just kill them. The problem here is if I hit the 3, it's really bad. 1 or 2 is fine. 4 or 5, I just win the game. And then 6 is obviously game as well. I just have to make sure that if I do 1 or 2 with this, that's really good. So they can't attack me. They move to their attack step too. Okay. Staff of the Storyteller. Okay. Probably drawing a card. Unexpectedly absent. Okay. All right. All right. All right. So. I think we just go for Comet. And basically, I just don't want to hit 3. 2? That should be game. So well, let's see. I blink the Hazoret. Oh, they have, sorry. They have a token. I forgot about the token. So I would have to blink the Hazoret and attack. Blink the Hazoret, attack with everything. They can block these 2. They take this. Blink the Hazoret. 5. Keep 2 things back. I want to keep 2 things back. Okay. They go to 4. And this gives me 2 blockers for Hazoret. And then, because I want to play Giver of Runes. Alright, Hazoret's in play. I have 2 extra blockers here. I'm at 8, they're at 4. Very, very close game. Philia has been incredible because they couldn't kill it. And we got it! Woo! That was a good game. Good back and forth. I did not think I was going to win that game because I just assumed that my opponent would have a way to kill my Philia. Just because you're Boros, right? You're going to have a lot of interaction. They were digging for it, and I think we got very fortunate that they didn't find a way to deal with the Philia. And that just killed all their tokens. Very, very good. Reason why it's one of the best cards in Boros. Whew. All right, opponent on the play. No 1-drop here, but I have a Solitude with no white cards, but, you know, I have Magda into 3-drop, so I feel like I'm going to keep this. Some Verdant Catacombs into some turn 1 play here. I wonder what the win rate difference is for this deck, play versus draw. I bet it's just some stupid amount, right? Some, like, very, very silly number. I hope they don't wasteland me. Maybe I shouldn't have played that. Okay, Swamp. You know, Rakdos is actually not the best matchup because they have so many ways to kill all your stuff. They just hit a Johnny. Come on. Okay, I need to... Alright, no white cards for the Solitude into back-to-back lands was not ideal. Yeah, I mean, I legitimately, I don't think I'm winning this one. Let's just put it that way. Yeah. I don't think I'm winning this one. They get to kill my Magda, and then get another trigger off Robber of the Rich. Yeah. I need to draw a white card here for Solitude. Flame Slash also works, yeah. Flame Slash works, because I don't want them to play the Ajani. So let's kill that. Let's play Bloodstained Mire. Use that to get Elegant Parlor. Do they have rogues? That is a rogue. So does it trigger off of this? I don't know how this works. Okay, well. Definitely don't want to land. Swords to plowshares. One card in hand. Not going to play this yet. I want to play out the Solitude here first. Hopefully they don't have a way to put another card in their graveyard. But my hand is obviously face up. They know all the cards in my hand. Emperor of Bones. Okay. Magda, okay. So they don't have a land here. Luminarch Aspirant. Oof. This is a lot of action. I mean, this Grim Lavamancer is problematic too. Like, I need to find a way to kill this at some point, but I'd rather just not have them have Emperor of Bones as an option here. So now I can't really play something small because I have a Grim Lavamancer. Oh my gosh, what a draw. Now let's kill you. And they probably have removal, but, you know. They're Rakdos, right? And they haven't played a fourth land. So they definitely have a way to kill this, but... Sure. Hey, but at least we got to, like, deal with the initial onslaught. And so now it's, like, kind of close. Oh, this card's amazing here. This is really good against Rakdos. All right, now we dash this in. Just put a counter here. Line collapse, sure. All right. 13 to 13. Broadside Bombardiers, that's very good. Okay. Pyrogoyf. That was a good draw. Yeah, let's just kill Bomba. I mean, obviously going 5 to the face is nice, but Bomba can do some nasty things. And now it's like they have to have a sweeper. And even if they have a sweeper, I get a 1/1 here. Yeah, Pyrogoyf was an amazing draw. Influence, okay. Deathrite, okay. Glimmerlens, whew. Great draw. Okay, that's obviously a very, very good sign. Let's pass. What you got? That's good. That's good. All right. Okay. Do I want to trade a card? Do I want to trade this for a card is the question. And get them down to 2? To find a burn spell? What do I have? Burst Lightning? I think I do. Yeah, they're going to block the 2/2. That's fine. Play Elite Spellbinder. That's a lethal flyer. And we have Felia. Black Lotus. It's a good card. Alright. Defeated a very rock-solid Rakdos midrange deck. I actually like drafting Rakdos midrange. I think with a bunch of remote... The only thing for my opponent is they didn't draw their ways to get ahead on cards. Like the cards that I really like, you know, Lelia, Dark Confidant, Caustic Bronco, just because it's going to be very easy to just have like a million removal spells, but you need the cards that let you continue finding more cards to help you keep pace with, you know, the Boros matchup, for example. All right, opponent on the play again. Can we win a die roll just once? It's okay. It's okay. Our hand is good. I'll keep this. 3 land, Swords of Plowshares, Pyrokinesis, Lelia. Like, you know, this is a hand it's pretty hard to get run over here with this hand. No 2-drop here is the only thing. Mana Vault. Uh-oh. This is not the start that we want to go up against, I will say. Like, not having a 2-drop. I figured on the draw, like, having swords is pretty good if they play another creature. If they also play a creature deck, right? So, this is kind of why I did this. I'm sure they have a counterspell. I'm sure of it. Yeah. It was literal counterspell. Okay. Here we go. Tinker. Okay. Mirror Battlesphere. Alright. We actually can't answer that, surprisingly. But they passed with 2 mana up, so maybe we can't. I don't know. That's a Pyrogoyf. Pyrogoyf doesn't kill anything, and I don't want to play out the Comet just yet, so we're just going to wait. Huh. Alright. I'm going to wait till, like, the absolute last possible second for the Comet and try to play around other counterspells. I'm going to try to play around Daze as well if I can. I should have played this, like, earlier. So that could end up costing me. We'll see. They might have a Tishana's Tidebinder. No? Okay, we got Pyrogoyf. It's online. They have 5 cards in hand. We used a lot of resources. We used 3 cards to kill Mirror Battlesphere. But they did Tinker. Tinker, Artifact. So, you know, it wasn't too bad. Again, they have 4 cards in hand. It's like, should I fire it off now? They would have countered this, right? Try my best to play around the Comet here. Or play around counterspells. Because, like, next turn, they might just feel incentivized. Okay, Memory Lapse? Sure. So here, they might just go land Quantum Riddler. Oh no, tap land. Winds of Abandon. Oh, I see. So it just automatically shuffles my deck? Well, that's unfortunate. I mean, they play the Lapse already, so... should be good here. Activate. 6! Ha 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 ha! Yes! 4? Oh, that's not good. That's fine, I guess. 1. Okay, we get some tokens. We'll go Aspirant. Okay. Hitting a 6 off of Comet is the dream. Alright, they might just play the Riddler here. And of course, we're just going to try to do Comet things and see if it works. 3. Oh my gosh, we hit Swords of Plowshares. Okay. Alright. We'll just play all the things. I'll keep the land in my hand for Fable. Okay. So we have a really good board, but they do have 4 cards in hand, and they're playing a blue-white control deck, so... The Endstone! Okay. Well, let's see if we can just find a way to kill them here. Flame Slash and Burst Lightning. Alright, let's activate Comet. 6! 1. Okay. And 3. We get something back. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We hit 2 6s off of Comet, and we are now Diamond 1. Let's go. See, this is why I like Comet. And by the way, the flip side. I hate when my opponents cast Comet. Right? Ugh. But good doggo. Good doggo. We have 2 doggos. We got Comet and Philia. Alright. Opponent on the play. No surprise. This one I will mulligan. I don't have a white source in my hand, so if I had a white source I would keep it, but I just can't play anything. It's a good hand, obviously, but you just straight up lose the game. And in Arena Cube, you just cannot afford... in Powered Cube, you cannot afford to miss a beat. So, noting that our mana base is 11-9. We'll keep this. Alright. I'm not sure if I want Pyrokinesis or Solitude. I don't know what my opponent's playing. Solitude in... Like, if I'm playing against red-white, obviously the other card's better, but... Bloodstained Miner was a great draw. Let's get Elegant Parlor. I don't think I want swords. I actually just want more threats, to be honest. Because I do have the Solitude in my hand, too. And they're playing Dimir. Like, they're just not going to have as many creatures that I'm going to need to answer. So. Sure. Let's play Fable. Alright, well, I got a Comet. I'm gonna play it. I do not like this card. I mean, it's fine if you need a playable, but I just don't. I mean, this tells me you're more of a mid-range deck than a combo deck. Like, combo decks don't really care about effects like this as much. I think this card has an extremely low win rate. Dreams of... Oh no, it's better than I thought. It's at 52%, so it's like, you know, kind of like a pseudo-playable black card, I guess. Oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. Can I just discard nothing? I think everything is good here. Okay. 4. Oh, so I can just kill this. Okay. That works. Alright. I mean, we have Fable going and Comet. Like, this is just... These are both just, like, super annoying threats to handle if you're, like, a Grixis control-y mid-range deck. So, very, very happy with this. I have the ability to kill, like, creatures that they might play to get in the way. I could have maybe discarded Skyclave Apparition, but I like the fact that this was just a white card for the Solitude, but I can totally see that. Quantum Riddler here, okay. Obviously not super scared about that. Broadside Bombardiers, okay. Alright. Well, that's why we kept the white card. Boom. Alright, Descendant of Storm, sure. Let's activate Comet. 2. Alright, we got some hasties. Hold on, does this give haste? I really do not know. I really don't know. If you back this up, does it give haste? It says below this, so none of these have... Okay, whatever. Let's dash this. Maximizes our damage. So they are at 8 life. Do I play Descendant or do I play around a sweeper? I think I'm going to hold it. Like, this is such a good board already that I don't think I need to overextend here. Stock up? Okay, that's a good sign. So let's see. What happens if they, like, Toxic Deluge for 3? Go to 5? I mean, they should be dead, right? Deep Cavern Bat, okay. That's really good, actually. Man, I dashed it so they couldn't kill it, but then they did that. Alright, let's activate this. 1. Okay. They're at 8 life. I don't need more treasures. So this actually gets in the most damage if I haste this. Right? If I haste this and endure, and I can make it into a 3-2. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If they block here, they go to 9. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm just debating between Spirit... I'm just gonna get in for maximum damage. I don't think an extra token is gonna matter too much. So... Alright, Deathgreeter's Champion back in hand. We'll pass. They go to 1 life. We have a ridiculous board that they're gonna need to Wrath. And I still have a Haster with a Comet in play. And there you have it! Whew! Just Boros things, you know. Play tight, play your good cards. And, is that 6 or 7? I don't actually know. I'm not sure. Oh, there we go. Boom! 7. There you have it. Another Boros deck. Look, I apologize, like... Okay, full disclosure, by the way. I'm gonna be just completely honest with all of you, okay? I did have a hiccup between this video and the one before. I drafted one of the worst decks that I've ever had. It was a very short video, so I just didn't want to post a video that was very, very short. So, for that reason, my streak is broken. So, we won 7 trophies in a row, and then in between, I had a video that's not going to come out here because it was a little too short, and then this is the video that I recorded immediately after that. I think the last one went 2 and 3 or 3 and 3. So, this is the beginning of a new streak. So, I can't just clickbait you guys or anything like that. This is a new streak, but very, very happy with this deck, right? I mean, red-white, clearly just the best thing to be doing, and it was open. It was open. I'm really happy with kind of how the draft went overall. Particularly the one thing I want you to keep note of, okay? There were a couple of things that we navigated during the course of this draft. Mana curve. Too many 3s, right? So at some point, we had to take other things in the curve and not take the 3-drop. So we did that. We still ended up with too many 3s. Another thing, we had plenty of opportunities to take playable cards, but you have to also just look at your deck and be like, all right, am I happy with my deck already? If you have 17 playables going into pack 2, you only need 6 or 7 more cards for your deck, right? And at that point, if it's close, like if there's a 2-mana card and a red-white dual land, it's really important to be able to play your cards on curve in this deck. Take the land. Just always take the land. Witch Enchanter did work, right? It was a free card to play, and it absolutely did work. So look at this deck. I mean, we were able to play 16. Here's the thing, too. When you take the lands, when you take the red-white lands, that allows you to play 16 lands, right? You can't play 16 lands with a bunch of double white cards and some double red cards when you don't have the mana fixing. But in our deck, we had 4 red-white lands, and that's kind of roughly where I want to be. I want 4 red-white lands in my Boros decks, right? And that's usually like having a Plateau or an Elegant Parlor and a fetch land. Some combination of those to make sure that you have it. And once you do, you'll be able to cast all your spells. Ask Frank Karsten. I'm sure he would agree as well. But all in all, really solid deck. Really happy with how it played out. 7-1, lost to that one Reanimator deck that kind of just killed everything that we had. But outside of that, it was pretty smooth sailing. And, you know, we didn't go... And here's the thing, too. It's not like we were on the play every game, right? We were not on the play every game. Like, we were on the draw in most of the games towards the end of that set. But we were still able to win. Just because that's the beauty of the Boros deck. Like, you don't have to just curve out and kill them. Like, your cards are so powerful. Here's the thing. The power in Powered Cube now doesn't come from all the expensive cards. It really kind of, you see it in the 3-mana cards, right? Broadside Bombardiers, Lelia, Fable of the Mirror Breaker, Death Greeter's Champion. These are all premium cards. They all cost 3 mana. So if I'm on the draw and I play these, I'm still going to be fine as long as I make sure that I have all of this good, cheap interaction here as well. You know, we took Swords to Plowshares over Pyroglyph tabling. That's blasphemy. All the people in the pod that I was in, shame on all of you. But yeah, we had just enough interaction, really fantastic creatures, and Comet was A+. It wasn't the Ajani. Ajani's great. We went into this because we first picked the Ajani, but we never actually drew it. But Comet, you were the superstar in this draft, getting us, hitting 6 multiple times and winning us many, many games. Really, really great card. Love Comet. All right, so hopefully this is the beginning of a new streak, 1 in a row. Hopefully we can hit Mythic in tomorrow's video. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, as I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you've enjoyed this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Special shout out to all the patrons. Really do appreciate all of your support. Also, head on over to TCGplayer.com for all your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. If you want to buy some booster boxes of The Last Airbender, pre-orders are available, or you wanted some singles for your standard, modern, or commander decks, check out TCGplayer.com and make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Last but not least, head on over to heavyplay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. If you want top-of-the-line deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, live pads, and more, go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.